T-minus 200 mark.
The first experimental flight test of an Atlas intercontinental ballistic missile was made at the Air Force Missile Test Center at Cape Canaveral, Florida, in the summer of 1957. Ready for first flight, the missile's angle of attack probe is unsheathed during final preparations. Except for this narration, all sound effects are heard in this film report just as recorded at the test site.
Needed in this operation will retire at this time to the ready room and blockhouse area. All personnel not immediately needed during this operation retire to the blockhouse and ready room area.
This test was monitored here at Base Central Control, which is responsible for surface and airspace control of the AFMTC test range. It was from this point that the range safety officer later terminated the actual Atlas flight by detonating the missile. Pipelines, which will carry liquid oxygen to the missile, emit a distinctive sound as they are pre-cooled. In the background is the blockhouse from which activities on Launch Complex 14 are directed. The LOX level in the upper tank of the missile is marked by the frost line on external skin. An estimated 400 pounds of ice encrusted the skin at the time of actual launch. Inside the blockhouse, the test conductor's console is at right foreground.
Water satisfactory.
For reasons of national security, certain passages in the soundtracks have been obliterated by this tone to avoid revealing secret information.
Cameras and electronic tracking equipment are ready. blockhouse door is closed. Launch release was successful. Umbilical ejection of ground supply lines, successful. Inherent stability of missile at takeoff, excellent. Autopilot response to unwanted pitch and yaw conditions, prompt and appropriate. Airframe structural integrity in violent maneuver, good. Command destruct system, satisfactory. Preparatory countdown, successful. In the very special field of missile development, each second of test time yields a host of precious facts. So the first Atlas flight was an important forward step in this nation's missile development program, proving in flight new U.S. ideas in missile design, isolating problems needing greater attention, moving us ahead in our intercontinental ballistic missile program.
The countdown is once again underway at Cape Canaveral for the attempt to launch astronaut John Glenn into orbit around the world.
Reporting to the British Broadcasting Corporation in London. The 0 hour for Colonel Glenn's launch.
Canaveral en Floride, où une fois de plus, les dernières minutes de départ de l'astronaute américain.
Stato a contare I minuti per l'astronauta americano John Glenn al Cape Canaveral, Florida.
يتحضر مرة ثانية لدورته حول العالم.
佛罗里达州卡纳法国太空航行员约翰格林。
州ケープカナベラルではアメリカの宇宙飛行士ジョン・グレンの早期を目前に。
Proyecto Mercurio han reportado que ambos, el astronauta y su cohete Friendship 7,
and report the astronaut's condition as excellent. Colonel Glenn at Cape Canaveral. And then astronaut Glenn, weather still remains the big question mark. But the countdown for
John Glenn, the countdown is again underway.
With the entire world as our witness, the countdown begins at Cape Canaveral, Florida, for one of man's greatest adventures. It begins here with these men, for they are the launch team. And from now until the instant of flight, the fate of today's mission rests principally upon their skills and judgments. The countdown is their master plan, and they proceed through its ritual with unhurried deliberation. Its pages contain the timetable of order they must follow to awaken a giant machine, to test its readiness, and to prime it for the one supreme moment for which it was created.
ISO on now, meter reads 19 volts. 12 volt standby on, now meter reads 11.5. 6 volt isolated.
Minute after minute, page upon page, the count continues. And in the night beyond this blockhouse, a modified Air Force Atlas rocket now hums with restless energy beneath a Mercury spacecraft,
as these men usher it toward its world in a spacecraft which he has named Friendship 7.